Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Thrones of Britannia, a Total War saga. Here today, we're going to be continuing our Circenn campaign. We're going to be continuing the Scottish campaign. This is episode 2. We are using the radius mod, of course, with an abundance of others. So guys, if you still are enjoying this series and would like to see more, the best way to ensure more content is to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, and let me know in the comment section down below your feedback and suggestions for the series, where you would like me to expand and whatnot. Feel free to leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the Thrones of Britannia campaign, but please let me know in the comment section down below other strategy games you would prefer me to let's play instead. In today's episode, we're going to be starting it off with a bang. We're going to be declaring war upon Sudbury and hopefully killing King Eric. We have King Ed right outside Berghead with a full stack, 4 units of Scottish Albion Spearmen, 3 units of Swordsmen, 6 units of Axemen, 2 Archers, 2 Alban Horse, and 2 Skirmish Raiders. Not the sort of perfect army composition that I'd like, but still one that will be capable nonetheless. Moving down to the bridge here, we have the Scottish Freedom Army with Berghead. He's made his way over from the east. I have skipped a couple turns ahead, simply because to speed things up. He's got 3 Spearmen, 1 Swordsman, 1 Axeman, 1 Crossbowman, 1 Levy, and some Raiders. I'm using the Radius mod, of course. I'm using a Scottish unit pack, and I'm using abundance of other mods. So I'll put in the description below if you want to go check out the mods I'm using for this playthrough, because it is really a massively overhauled campaign to my previous Thrones of Britannia Let's Plays. Okay, so let's quickly recap the last episode. We still have our territory in the east of Scotland, of course. My main objectives for this series as well is to reunite Scotland under one banner, our banner of Circenn. I would like to ideally maybe do some naval invasions into Ireland, but we'll sort of see how we go. But I would like to fight against the Anglo-Saxons at some point. Looks like Northumbria, in the grand scheme of things, like how the world is shaping up, have pushed over into the west. Northumbria, the Viking faction, doesn't seem to be doing overly too much. The Welsh kingdoms seem to be warring. Mercia is at war as well. Wessex, however, has expanded its influence far into East Anglia, taking St Edmunds, Cambridge, Maldon, and Duxford. Interesting. So, obviously in the last episode, if you haven't gone and watched it, highly recommend you do. We managed to push north against the Vikings of the north here, the Orcs I like to call them. We managed to take Invar, Thorso, Stromness as well, which was a hell of a fight, taking this sort of island archipelago, if you will. It was a hell of a fight. We've pushed down now to save the last of my brother's children, because it looks like Sudbury is going to go straight towards Berghead, as they've already taken Inverness and the Loch Ness. They do have an army up here, but hopefully they can push for Berghead, and we Berghead, and we can surround them. We managed to see Loch Ness in the last episode as well. How crazy was that? Who would have thought? She was down there all along. So factions-wise, let's have a look at our family tree. We've still got Ed and his wife. His wife's 40. We might actually be better off divorcing her, getting a younger wife. We've still got my prince here as well. Okay, so my last living sibling, my sister, is still currently married to the King of Alich, or Aich, Ed, in Northern Ireland. Okay, so my deceased sister was married to the King of Strathclyde. Run is now dead as well, so I guess that sort of relationship has gone out. They didn't have any children, so it looks like maybe one of his brothers has inherited the throne in Strathclyde. Unfortunately, my brother's first son, Dom Nall, managed to die forever young at the 19 years of age mark. up in the north. Brig and my other nephew, my two nephews, are still alive. They're currently held up in Berghead. Now, I want my brothers and nephews' territory, but if we could sort of bait them into attacking Berghead, we can probably go after them and destroy this faction really quickly, then push upon Sudbury and take the west of Scotland for ourselves. Military-wise, we currently have an alliance with Affolchala. I think that's how you say it, God knows. And then obviously we've got a defensive pact with Fort Ryu Fort, whatever this faction is, my nephew's faction. I also forgot to mention as well, this army here with King Eric has currently been reskinned, so he actually is the unit model of UBBA from the show The Last Kingdom, so we're going to be able to see that in today's episode. I do have some smaller armies here and there. We've got Fort Hatch, Fur Char in Scone, Aberdeen, and we have a small army here with Regan holding as well, just to keep our public order under control. I would like to ideally marry some of those guys into my family tree when I can, once we get some of our own princesses, but we'll just have to see how we go. So we end the turn now and continue, and they've gone straight into my trap. They've attacked Berghead. Perfect. Oh god damn it, we have a call to the arms. A call to arms. Your allies declared war upon another faction and calls for your help. Athfoshala. Okay, so they've attacked Gal Gadil. Look, settings are at war. We're going to be at war with Sudbury in a moment. I don't want to be dragged into on that. However, we've got a quest marker there, don't we? For the Stone of Destiny down in... I can't remember exactly what the settlement was called. However, we've still got a quest marker there to search for the Stone of Destiny. Faction destroyed. Westmorn Gas. Alliance broken. And war has ensued. Okay, pushing down south for a moment. Connell was next to kill Martin, the Stone of Destiny. Oh, wow. The Northumbrians have pushed up here. Oh, that's a massive army as well. Gal Gadil. With King Anud. And Gearic. Okay, so we've got some unassigned skills here with my governor. Let's continue to get governance and money. Right, let's push north now. Sudbury with Eric is now besieging Berghead. So let's naturally move up my force. I would like to personally have some form of military access. So let's let Ed now push and declare war upon Sudbury. We're going to absolutely smash a full stack and we're going to head straight over for Sudbury. We might even take Canal and try and get the Stone of Destiny, but we'll see how we go. We've declared war upon Sudbury now. And in turn, he has now fled. My nephew's last living sons and daughter, son and daughter have lived. Perfect. Well, what I could do, I could maybe vassal these guys, because they are my kin at the end of the day. But you know how Scotland goes, we might be better off to betray them. Right, so let's run down the Sounders of Garlahorn. Excellent stuff. We outnumber him 90 to 10. We have 3,500 brave men of Scotland versing 2,000 of them. They are coming up with 5 spearmen, 1 swordsman. Wow, silver chevron axeman here. Only another one as well, the Eastman, at 62% strength. The other ones are quite weak, and they've got archer and cavalry supremacy, I would say. But regardless, we're not going to be able to get reinforcements from the town square itself. Regardless, we should have a good fight here against King Eric of Sudbury. I mentioned before, he is currently reskinned and retextured as and after UBBA from the Last Kingdom. Not the Vikings UBBA of Ragnar Lothbrok's son, but the other one. Which, he looks alright. He looks like a very unique sort of Viking. I quite like the look of him, and the actor. It works out quite well. So, comparing our kings, 42, 47 years of age. Wow, 7-star command. He is fearless. UBBA. Command 3, zeal 3, governance 2, influence 10, influence 5. Ugh. Freedom for Scotland. Okay, let's start the battle. From what I've noticed is with the amount of mods I'm running, I think it's something to do with the amount of variants as well. It takes a lot longer to load into a battle. So we've got the last quote here, a Nordic proverb. We'll see if it's quite fitting. It is the still and silent sea that drowns the man. Alright, cool. So we've got a dry weather here. A little bit foggy. Let's continue. Hopefully it's not raining in Scotland. Oh, I probably shouldn't have risked it. No, now we're in a super fog. It's dry. Perfect. Okay, so we managed to roll the chances a lot better, if I'm being honest. So let's form up here where we can. Let's put our swordsmen in the front line, and then let's put our spearmen on the left and right. So how are they forming up? So they've got swordsmen on the left and axemen. However, they've got some cavalry intertwined here and there. But let's see UBBA, the man, the myth, the legend, the fierce Viking of all. Not of all, but yeah, UBBA. He's been retextured there. That looks cool. Blonde hair. He's got more of a grey beard now. But yeah, looks different. Alright, cool. So let's form up now properly. Figure out where we can. How far away are my reinforcements though? That's the thing. I might be better off to hold back from the attack. Look, fighting in the forest reduces combat efficiency and takes down the time. So, if you've got a superior battle-hardened army who is immaculate at fighting, you'd put the Romans, you put the Romans in the front line here. But I think we're going to be sneaky Scots. We're going to be like the Picts of old. Let's push back a bit and wait for our forces to regroup. Okay, so let's do that then. Let's try and line it up as best we can. There seems to be some sort of bulky terrain here. So we might be able to use the degrading terrain to our advantage. It's probably not going to work too much there, because we don't want it to affect us too much, you know. But I also wouldn't mind having some help in the forests. Okay, but that'll do. So let's essentially make a new box further back. Archers in the clear. Skirmishers on the right. And then cavalry on the left and right, protecting any over-envelopments. Okay, King is back here. Let's start the battle. And let's have a look at the Vikings for the first time of Sudbury. Once we reform Scotland, we'll march south. So here is UBBA, looking a little bit more lively now. The Viking ranks screaming their pagan ways, but we have God with us. So there should be some variants you should be able to notice here and there. Once I pause, you might be able to notice a bit more. Oh, these guys kind of look a little bit more Scottish, don't they? They must have Scottish variants. To be fair, these guys are Vikings of the north, but they're living in Scotland, so I'm sure it must rub off on them from time to time, because you'd think that some Scots would come and help out. So it looks like they're going to be holding back. My army's now reached with my general. If he proves himself to be a good and loyal commander, Foothad, you never know, could marry one of my princesses. Slowly but surely moving. Yeah, as you can see, some of the variants here, green, red. Man, he looks really heavily armoured to be a Scotsman, I'd say. But regardless, we are moving through the Highlands and the Lowlands to get rid of the Viking Scourge. Okay, let's try and reform up where we can. I think what we're better off to do is just try and charge them. Looks like they're going to be sitting back, more or less. So let's move everyone up here, except for a couple units of spearmen, because I want to flank them properly. So let's try and stretch this out where we can. So about here, this should be able to envelop them quite easily, you'd think. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll pop 2 here. And then I'll pop another 2 on the left side, and then we'll move up. This will allow us, like, stretching our line more than theirs to envelop them a lot better. Okay, we've actually got an abundance of skirmish cav here, which is fantastic. Oh, I can drag in this. I forgot. That's what I should be doing, more or less. Yeah, perfect. I totally forgot that you can drag and drop in this and make this a bit better, because now that's a hell of a lot more organized than it was before. Perfect. Now we can get our archers properly in skirmish mode as well. Looks like pushing through this way is going to be the best for us. Angling that. Maybe through there. Maybe targeting the general. My skirmishers might be able to do that. Right, let's put my cavalry on this side, because there seems to be cavalry on theirs. And we'll put our skirmish cav, say, here. And we'll move the king and the spare general here. So everyone, double time. Let's try and encourage some movement. Push up, men. Brave men of Scotland. This is the biggest fight we're going to face on the fields of Alba. The future of Scotland and the Scottish kingdom will come to the precipice. To be fair, the battle against the Vikings in the north was a hell of a lot tougher, but this one's still going to be a good old pitched field battle. Classic for Total War. Alright, let's push further south. King Ed is in position, and his loyal companion Foothad. Okay. Most of my men shouldn't be anywhere near exhausted. Once they get into position, we'll try and flank. Can I somehow try and get you into the tree line here? Oh, that's ambitious. That's incredibly daring. But it might just work. Okay. Cavalry ready. Stratagost. Man, I need to seriously play Rome 1 again. Alright, move up here. Okay. Once everyone's into position, we're going to sound the order to march. Okay, it doesn't seem like they are moving up. Okay. March, men. Archers. So it does look like now they're jockeying for a reposition. And they seem to have some cavalry here, but that's not too bad for me, as I will have the speed and skirmish on them.
Ride hard.
And it does look like some of my men are hidden here. But I'm tempted to maybe go after their horsemen here. Just try and get a volley off. It's probably in our best interest. The only problem is if they go out of skirmish mode. So it looks like they are reforming. No, is this bug still fucking in this game? Better not be.
The enemy approaches.
It happened once in my early access campaign. That's annoying. Why are they doing that? It's like the AI can't decide what to form. Right, regardless, we should try and focus on their spearmen. What are they trying to do? No, it looks like it's okay. But like why would they break rank so quickly like that? You know what I mean? Cavalry can get cooked there. Alright, let's try and hold out. It was more so prevalent in Rome 2, that thing, but it does look like it's been sorted. They've stopped doing it, but it sometimes happens from time to time. It happened once in my Wessex campaign, I believe, but I attributed that to early access. So they actually are trying to charge me here, which is incredibly brave of them to do that. Okay, we'll try reform where we can. So it looks like they're clustering a lot more. They're not going to allow a scout unit to be pushed there. Let's continue to skirmish, harass and parry their horsemen. So it does look like they're going to try and go for a consolidated strike. Let's go on the counter-offensive then. try and tie down as many of these men as possible. Okay. If you're going to allow me to do that, I'm just going to absolutely smash you there and pivot. We're just going to absolutely smash them. Right, archers and crossbowmen, fire and focus the firepower on Eric. But the front line is now crashing. A lot sooner than what I would have thought. But at least they decided to charge us, which is alright. Okay, try and surround their general unit. Oh, my skirmishers are being caught here. How have you been caught? You're not even anywhere near out of ammo. Okay, let's try and slow things down. They've got cavalry there. Let's try and get around the back then. Definitely throw spearmen into that. And I'm just going to flank with you then. Charge into this unit. We'll try and put some pressure on those guys at the back. Because it looks like my cavalry is going to be preoccupied. But just look how many men we've got on this side. Oh, they're buckling in the centre.
They are leaving the field.
Come down and fix then. This Viking unit is going to be the main concern, isn't it? Well, let's get my cavalry to run down their archers as best we can. Why are my guys breaking so much? That's what I want to know. Our guys aren't too far out of the action. Well, at least they shouldn't be. I know these guys are battle-hardened Vikings, but they should be able to deal some sort of a blow. My entire centre, like, buckled there. That's bonkers. Alright. I am going headstrong after Eric, though, I'm not going to lie. Pumping a lot of units into there. The skirmishers still seem to be doing alright. We've completely, utterly surrounded now Eric. How are we going for casualties sustained? We've lost 700, they've lost 1,000. Right, yeah, charge. I'll kill him. Let's try and drop some buffs down where we can as well. Shameful display. But where is Eric? Where is he? 1,000 gold pieces for his head. And 100 acres. Land and gold. The enemy general is dead. Huzzah, the day is ours. I'm not gonna lie. I've sort of left a couple men to the slaughter here. Maybe just try and help where you can. Oh, where's my cavalry? They're doing alright there around the back. It does look like it was a pretty interesting attempt what they ended up doing in the end. Just trying to punch it. Let's try and redeem this centre mark that we got. Let's halt with our archers, I would say. Because it's going to cause too much friendly fire than what it's worth. We'll pincer where we can. Oh, we're about to have a massive envelopment here. Well, let's get this... Let's let Footlad charge then. Yeah, here we go. Here comes Footlad. Excellent. That's going to be a decent charge. Should I call him Footlad? It just sort of came out. Right, what seems to be still here? Their own scouts. A couple men have been caught here. We haven't done too well. Like, these were battle-hardened Vikings. These guys, some of these guys had silver shed rods. My second army hadn't fought anything except for the rebellion at Aberdeen, trying to quell discontent and public order. My second army had its first fight, and these are only tier 1 units. You know what I mean? So we've done pretty well here today upon the fields of my nephew's land. But now I don't know what I should do. Should I kill my nephew? Should I betray him? Should I maybe puppet him to keep that line of the tree alive? He might not want to be puppeted. But regardless, we deployed 3,609. We lost 1,021 upon the field of battle. And Eric, the reskinned Uber, deployed 1,974. Okay, looks like my general unit didn't do anything. My swordsman did alright, 85, 83. Axeman did the best of 130. Cavalry did really well as well, 138, 112. Oh my god, look at Uber's command there, 173, his command contingent. Yeah, golden chevron, that's why it was so hard to take down, and why Scots were fleeing left, right and centre. And then their superior swordsman there, 122 as well. So, yeah, it wasn't as over as... Yeah, it wasn't all over Red Rover, you could say. It wasn't over to the final whistle blew. The fat lady sung. 7-star command as well, so he would have had a really big zone of influence. I did have to chuck King Ed and Foot Hat on the left and right later on. But a glorious victory for the Battle of Berghead. We've lifted the siege. Well, at least we've saved 2 of my left views. We couldn't really do much about King Dom now. But regardless now, a decisive victory. Only 4 units remain. Let's execute the remaining captives. And let's now run down the remaining men of Sudri. Knight Tank and Sigurd has taken the command. Let's run him down. A nice stab in the head. Decisive victory. So now, on that note, we have destroyed a full stack of Sudri. And now we are at war with the west coast of Scotland. King Ketil is now the ruling monarch of these lands. Well, I can't seem to see any more armies. What we're going to do now is rapidly expand into this territory of Inverness and Fort Rose and Drum and Applecross, Dunvegan, Stonaway. I wonder how cool it would be to live in one of these sort of islands off Scotland, because there's an abundance of them. Got that there as well. Like in real life, does anyone actually live in one of these islands? It'd be quite cool, because like you haven't got too many islands down in England. You've got the Isle of Wight, you've got the Isle of Man, and you've got sort of Guernsey and Jersey nearby. Like, how many people actually live in this? It'd be quite cool by the sea. I reckon the weather would be quite wild. Regardless, guys, unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. We've started this episode off with a bang, taking Sudri. So what we're going to be doing for the next episode is continuing to put our construction and recruitment back on track. We're going to continue and try and take the territory where we can and consolidate the Northern Territory that we've already had. So stay tuned for more episodes of the Scottish campaign coming out very shortly. If you want to see more of this campaign, the best way to ensure more content is to leave a like and a comment about feedback and suggestions where you would like me to expand for the series. For example, did you even want me to declare war upon Sudri? I guess I could sue for peace and maybe push against someone else. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series. And if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box. These days, to get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click the bell, of course, to join the notifications squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. If you guys would like to get yourself some cheap and reliable games, check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below. Maybe you can pick up a strategy game you haven't picked up just yet. Maybe Hearts of Iron, maybe Crusader Kings 2, maybe a Total War. Check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below for cheap and reliable games. I do recommend going and checking out the prices even. There's some really good prices on there. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Really close cinematic shots here, pushing through the bridge. Oh, look at... That was probably the shot of the video there.